Today I'm making quick and easy salt and vinegar cucumber chips. Right after this. Hey garden maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. So I was out in the garden and I picked a few more cucumbers. So I don't really need the cucumbers for anything special. So I thought, well, I sure ain't gonna let them go to waste. So I am gonna go ahead and make some salt and vinegar cucumber chips. So I'm just gonna slice them, get them dipped, get them salted, get them in the dehydrator. Doesn't take any time at all to prep it. The dehydrator is going to do all of the work, of course, but you get to eat the rewards. So let's get started. Get these cucumbers prepared. The first thing you want to do is wash your cucumbers very well, especially if you get them from the grocery store, because they're going to have that wax coating. So these were homegrown, so I didn't have to do too much of a work for it. But I did wash them anyway, just to play it safe. Now I would normally use my slicer or something, but I just find that it's better to do it with a regular knife. I don't know why I can always use a steak knife better for this type of thing. Even the new slicer I got, it just wants to shred them. It doesn't want to really cut them too well. So I'm going to take off the ends. You want to slice these no more than 1/8, 1/4 inch thick. I try to keep them fairly thin. So you can see about that size. I have them very thin. Okay, so I've got my bowl out. And in this measuring cup, I've got 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using olive oil. You can use any type of oil you want. Olive oil, sunflower oil. The choice is definitely up to you what type of oil you want to use. Now, because I'm doing so many cucumbers at one time, I'm going to do 1/4 cup of oil to 2/3 cup of vinegar. Just plain white vinegar. You can also use apple cider vinegar if you prefer. Normally, the ingredient would be 2 tablespoons of vinegar to 1 tablespoon of oil. So again, if you're just doing a few cucumbers, you just want to do 2 tablespoons of vinegar to 1 tablespoon of oil. Now you could either dump your cucumbers into the bowl, mix them all up real well, or you can just dip your cucumbers a little at a time before you lay them onto your trays. I think the problem is dumping them all in. You gotta really mix them up good or they're not going to get coated. I'm just going to go ahead and dunk them. Okay, so out of the 3 cucumbers that I sliced up, I managed to get 3.5 trays of cucumber slices. So I'm going to go ahead and get these into the dehydrator. I'm going to dehydrate them at 135 degrees for 12 to 24 hours. Now, as you know, the cucumbers are very watery, so it's going to take longer to dehydrate. And it also is going to depend on how crispy you want your cucumber chips. I want mine fairly crispy, so it's probably going to be more towards the 24-hour mark. But 135 degrees, give them a check at about the 12-hour mark. and then go from there and see how much longer you want your chips to dehydrate, for how much crispier you want them. So go ahead and get these in, and I will show you the end result tomorrow. Chips, because I'm not sure if the microphone was on when I said this about the salt. When you put the salt on your cucumber chips, of course, taste is up to you, and also the type of salt you use is up to you. I use the coarse kosher salt. If you wanted to use sea salt, you certainly could. It's a matter of preference. Make sure they are well dipped in the vinegar and oil. And again, the normal recipe for that would be 2 tablespoons of vinegar to 1 tablespoon of oil, olive oil, sunflower oil, whatever type of oil you want to use. You could even use coconut oil if you chose to. Again, it's all a matter of preference. Okay, Garden Maters, so it is the next day, and the first thing I have to tell you about these cucumber chips, after 4 hours, I could not take the smell any longer. Oh my gosh, are they strong, extremely strong. So I ended up setting a table out on my deck, and I took the dehydrator outside and I let them dehydrate out there. So that is one main tip that I am going to give to you. If you plan on doing these cucumber chips, trust me, you want to do them outside if possible. So like I said, after 4 hours, I took it all outside, let it finish dehydrating, and it still took me quite a few hours to get the smell out of my house. But nonetheless, the cucumber chips are done. I got them all here in this bowl. Not sure if you can hear, they are crunchy. One other thing, when I took them off the racks, they released from the racks very easy, but they were pretty oily. So I took the chips and I laid them on a paper towel and I blotted them with another paper towel. I wanted to make sure to get as much oil out of them as possible. The next time I make them, I'll just cut back on the oil a little bit. But nonetheless, like I said, they are done. I let my chips dehydrate for a total of 23 hours because I wanted to make sure they were crispy. And they are crispy. I just think they should still be crispier. Now, even though I blotted them and I've got the paper towels lining the bottom of the dish, when I pick them up, they're still greasy. So, not sure how they're going to taste. To tell you the truth, I just don't know. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how the cucumber chips did. Oh boy. Okay, so all in all, they are really quite good. To me, it's the perfect amount of salt. Like I said, definitely will go easier on the oil next time because the oil actually made them soften back up because they're so oily. So even though I dabbed it, it's still a lot of oil in it. So definitely less oil. I think just enough to actually coat them just a little bit, because the only purpose of the oil is so that they won't stick to your trays. But other than that, I think I'm actually going to put these back into the dehydrator, let them get a little bit more crispier. To me, they're just not crispy enough for my liking. But other than that, they're very good indeed. So yeah, if you want a healthier snack option, I suggest you try the cucumber chip. I think they're really good. Need just a little bit more crispiness to them, a little less oil, and by all means, make sure you do them outside, because I'm telling you, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to explain it, you'll just know. So I'm glad you could be with me. Thanks for joining me. Hope you try the cucumber chips. If you do, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of them. So like I said, the cucumber chips may not suit everybody's taste. It's just something that if you're looking for a healthy alternative to a snack for you or your family, Might be worth trying. So as for storing your cucumber chips, it's going to depend on how long you want to store them for. If they're just going to be a snack to grab and go and you don't think they're going to last very long, maybe no longer than a week, I would just go ahead and put them into either a mason jar or maybe a food storage bag and just leave them sit out and enjoy them for when you want. If you're going to have them last for any longer than that, I would highly suggest putting in a oxygen absorber and a silica gel. You want to keep out that oxygen. You want to keep out the moisture. If you want it for longer term, of course, the best way to go is the Mylar bags, because that's going to give you the absolute most protection along with your silica pack and your oxygen absorber. So again, it is going to depend on how long you want them to stick around for. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Love to have you as part of the community. Love to watch the Garden Maters grow. So until next time, I love y'all. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. Woo! I gotta say, they don't really smell that great. They don't smell good at all. But they taste good. Motorcycle. Tonight, I think they might not even make it past movie night. Snacking time. But hey, they're healthier for you. Okay, let's try this again now that I turned the microphone on.